Canon's new entry-level vlogging camera, the Powershot V10, is interesting. It's at an attractive price and design, but is it any better than just using your phone? Let's get into it. So actually, before we get into it, if you think I deserve it by the end of the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. It really helps YouTube notice my videos. Also, if you want to support me in the channel, go ahead and buy me a coffee down below if you want to. If you want to, no pressure. In the Canon Powershot V10, we have a 1-inch CMOS sensor that lets us record up to 4K 30. We have a fixed 19mm lens that gets to be very wide. We have a mini HDMI port and an aux port to plug in an external mic, which is essential for vlogging. You can connect to your phone and stream to YouTube, Facebook, and others. This records to micro SD cards. It has a nice little kickstand for you to put it on a table or something to point at yourself for vlogging. A nice little flip up camera so you can see yourself, no problem. We have stereo microphones on top of the camera. And all of this comes to $400. I like the portability of it. It doesn't feel out of place or unwieldy in my pocket. I like the flip screen and being able to see yourself. I love the single giant record button. Face tracking and focus is actually really good. Moving around like this or that is no issue. But there are quite a few issues I have with this camera. Well, for one, you cannot manually adjust the video settings once in stabilization mode. Also, there's a stabilization mode. This also means that you can't have stabilization in manual mode, which I feel like is a huge misstep for, Canon, which is known for their DSLRs. The streaming is cool, but you can't plug this straight into your computer and use it, like as a webcam. You can only stream through your phone. There's no removable battery, so you have to recharge it. I think that's kind of a misstep. Battery life is actually pretty good though, but you'll have to keep an eye on it because you can't swap a battery in and out. Probably, I don't know, the worst thing about this is it isn't any better than a flagship phone, which makes sense. A flagship is around $1,000 or more, and this is $400, right? That makes sense. Resolution is not the issue, It's a big 1-inch sensor which produces a really great picture in the right conditions. But this thing's Achilles heel is its dynamic range. Here I am vlogging in broad daylight and it can't reconcile my dark face and the sky behind me. For reference, here's the Pixel 7 Pro and the Galaxy S22 in the same conditions. Also, it's a bit slow to adjust in auto mode. Of course, I can use manual mode, but then I wouldn't have the stabilization. And trust me, you're gonna want the stabilization because there's no external gimbal that you can use for this. It's not made for any kind of gimbal, unlike say a smartphone. We also don't have any accessories for this yet for proper vlogging like we do for smartphones. For example, this double-handed rig has cold shoe mounts for lights and an external mic. There is nothing like that at all for this camera. For audio, we do have stereo microphones, which, is nice. This is me raw with the Powershot V10 mics. No wind muff, so you might hear some wind noise. Sorry about that. And this is with an external mic. I do have a wind muff. Let me know which one you guys prefer. I'm thinking the external mic's gonna sound better, obviously, but let me know. Okay, so here's another test. In the car, I imagine a lot of people are gonna be vlogging in their car. It's a very common place to vlog. So here's a test. I'm using the straight raw mics on the Powershot V10. Let me know how it sounds. And this is what it sounds like with an external wireless lav mic. I'm hoping it sounds better. I'm pretty sure it does. But let me know in the comments what you think sounds better. What looks better? Let me know. Also, this is at 1080p 60 because 4K 30 just, I don't like it. I don't like it. But just for funsies, this is 4K 30. Just for funsies. You'll notice an upgrade in resolution, but a downgrade in fluidity. It's not as smooth. Let's see. It's not as smooth. You'll notice a lot of overexposure, but that can be adjusted in the quick settings. But there are also times where the dynamic range will not fix itself and just remain overexposed. It's a great first iteration of this kind of vlogging camera at this price point, but now that we're at the end here, which would you rather use? This dedicated camera or just your phone? My go-to is the Galaxy S22 because it has a really good pro mode on all 4 cameras. And for stabilization, I just use a DJI Osmo 6. Now, the whole setup cost me around $800, but you're getting 4 lenses that can shoot 4K 60 with pro mode and a really great gimbal. But $400 for one ultra wide lens at 4K 30 max with subpar dynamic range, no accessories, I don't know. Now, in the use case where I have this OnePlus Nord N30, a $300 phone with cameras that don't shoot great video, this Powershot V10 might actually make sense. Then again, if you have the $700 to spend on both of these, you can afford a flagship smartphone with multiple lens choices. So I guess if you want to sort of separate your phone and your camera into 2 devices, then yeah, this is a great option. Also, if you'll be live streaming on the go, then this is also a really great option as it frees up your phone. Other than that, it's not super amazing at what it's supposed to do. I don't really see much of a point to it for me personally. Like I said before, it's a good V1, but I would wait for at least the V2 before buying it. If you have a use case for this, please let me know in the comments below. I want to see how or why people would use this or want this. Let me know. I don't think I can recommend this. Sorry. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.